Oh no, not the Grandads Allotment. Morning guys, it's 28th of December. Just thought I'd come along, do a little bit while I'm off. Fence needs doing again. I only did it just before Christmas, but the wind just keeps getting, so I'll have to sort that today. You see, we've got a bit of frost this morning. No snow, but definite frost. So I'll show you around. As you can see there, fire's on, kettle's on. Let's get that sorted. Bacon sandwich I think before I start. So guys, everybody else seems to be doing it, so I think I'll gonna plant a few leeks. They're not going to be left in the greenhouse. I'll be taking them home. So I'm going to do a couple of leeks and a couple of onions. I'll be taking them home, put them in the windowsill. Just get my gloves on. So what have I got? Got a 6-cell tray. Got 5 of them, so I'm going to do 5 different ones. Not planning on doing anything major with them, but just start by maybe so I'll have something grown. So let's see what we've got. Some spring onions, Bedfordshire champion onions, some baby leeks. These are supposed to grow in 10 weeks, so you harvest them like spring onions basically. So I've got some French onions, little baby French onions, and some white stem spring onions. So I'll do them today. Just grow a bit compost. We'll go and dry this because it's on last year, so look at that. Do it like that. I don't normally plant things this early up here in the northeast, but it all seems to be doing it, so see what happens. I'll replant them again later on, so end of February, March time. So I've had my cup of tea, I've fixed the fence, I've got the fire on. It's in between Christmas and New Year at the minute, so I'm off work, so I've got a chance to do a little bit. So I've done quite a bit of tidying up. Tidied some of the raised beds up, tidied the greenhouse, done my Christmas potatoes, which were a failure. I'll bother doing them again. I'll just leave a pot from the summer and just not harvest them. Be better. Roll them off. Right, what's first? Bedfordshire champion. So I'm trying my new camera out today, what Santi brought us. So hopefully it might be a little bit better. Just got to work out the editing bit now. Normally I do it just on my phone, but we'll see. So a couple of seeds in each one. Some vermiculite over the top. And your little label. Temperature champion. White stem. These are from the Real Seed catalogue. Did well with them last year. Well, I say it did well. I got some. Spring onions tend to rot off fairly quick because the beds get too wet. But I put them in with the strawberries last year and actually got them in the strawberry beds and actually got some. I want quite a few in each little cell in this one because I want to harvest them as clumps, about a dozen at a time. White stem. Vermiculite over the top. Spring onions. Varieties are. Again, I'll do about a dozen in each cell because I'll just put the whole cell in. These seeds, you'll not be able to see them, but instead of being black, they're green, so they're obviously treated with some sort of stuff to make them grow a bit better. Again, about a dozen in each cell. I'll take this thing home with us and put it on the windowsill of the radiator. Spring onions, pureed. I ate 2 lots of leeks. What did I say it was? Nipper. These are called nipper and meant to be sown as baby leeks, and you put them in as when you sow them into the soil, you just sow them in as a long row and you don't thin them out, and then you just pull them like baby spring onions. They've got long stems. What I do is I just show them in clumps like I would a spring onion. Because they're meant to be pulled when they're small. If you want to leave them, they will get into big leeks if you leave them, but you've just got to thin them out. Some leeks. There's another one. French onions. These are like little silver skin pickle onions. Again, probably half a dozen of these per cell because you want them to get a little bit bigger than the spring onions. I can't thin them out like, so I'll just plant the whole cell. It's easier. Again, I'll do another sown of these sort of end of February, beginning of March, so these don't do anything. Well, got another chance. So that's my onions done and my leeks. So we'll see what happens. A little bit of an experiment. A bit early for me, but we'll see. So I'm not going to water them, I'll wait till I get home to water them, and we'll see what happens. I'll fill you in during the week, next couple of weeks. Right, let's go and see what's happening in the rest of the garden. So I'll just show you just a little bit, some tidying up to do. That's just wood and stuff. But yeah, got the fire on. So eventually got some lights in. Yeah. You can see just some little LED strips. Do make a difference actually in the dark. I've done. See some there. So they do make a difference. But I've got some solar panels. I actually bought them before Christmas to put in, but in the rush with all the Christmas presents and stuff, I've lost them somewhere. See the fire's on. Eventually sort of sorted this area out, got rid of all the weeds, got my dad's bench in properly. This bit here, it's all been done there by the black-eyed Susans. Now, obviously they've died off because of the winter, but I don't know if you can tell us in here. Is that just the flowers or is that a seed pod? Because it does have a little black bit in the middle, but I'm not sure, because I'd like to grow them again. There's a load of daffodil bulbs and stuff in there, you know, 100 in each of these beds. Taberry, it's obviously died back, but I'm going to train it right along the fence this year. Just need to tie it in. I'll do that while it's sort of dormant. Kiwi fruit, don't know whether that'll come back. Did well grown up to there, but don't know whether this frost's killed it off. Can't really do much at the minute. I don't know if you can remember, but my last video just before Christmas, I said this was my comfrey, and it all needed sort of pulling out. I died back. That's actual leaves there, but I said it was starting to grow again, but I don't think see how much it is actually grown. Shooting right up, and this was planted from seed probably 4 years ago in this tub, and I get 3 or 4 crops a year out of it. And someone says to us on one of my YouTube clips that it wouldn't be any good for like comfrey tea and stuff like that, because it wouldn't have the nutrients from the soil. But it grows every year and it comes back every year. You know, a comfrey leave's a comfrey leaf, isn't it? You can let us know what you think about that, but say it comes every year, 3 or 4 crops a year from one packet of seed, so you can't compare with that. Globe artichoke, I've cleaned all that up, took all the big stuff out, the woody stuff. This, I don't know if you can see it, is horseradish, but it's shooting again. If you can see that. So I'm just going to leave that. So that's it. We can see, solid ice. Let's see, have a look. So this area, this bed here, these 3 beds, these are going to be me pumpkins and me squashes. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a cage up here that goes across and over onto that back of that bed, so it'll have a canopy, so hopefully the squashes will grow up this cage across and then down the other side. The squashes tend to take over wherever I put them, so I'm going to try and grow them vertical and let the actual squashes dangle this year, see what happens. But so not much happening at the minute. Got to get this fence done, this one here. Actually, I've just had a look at it, it's not too bad. This one seems to be the worst. The fence posts seem to be solid in that one, so it might be just a case of taking the front off, using the same posts and putting some new pallet wood on, but we'll see. I don't know if you can see down here, I'm taking a while to zoom in, but that's the first of my elephant garlic coming up. And it looks like bad. A cat or a fox in here. But yeah, first bits of elephant garlic starting to come up. The other garlic, Solent white, that's fine. Yeah, not doing too bad at all, them ones. But we'll see. So guys, thought we'll just have a bit of a chat for a couple of minutes when I'm drinking my tea. Cheers. So it's been a bit of a strange year today, this year. Getting a bit warm now. Obviously, you know, Grandads Allotment was my dad's allotment, and we took it on as a family to look after it. And because my dad had Alzheimer's, we used to show him the videos when he couldn't get down, just to see what was going on. Fortunately, dad passed away in June, and so did my mum. My mother died the day later. So things have been a bit up in the air with the allotment this year. I've spent a lot of time caring for both my parents from sort of January this year. So it's been a bit of a long haul, and the allotment's been a bit neglected. So we're still going to keep the allotment for as long as we can as a family. We'll see what the committee say this year when I come to pay the dues. But I have been sort of co-signatory on the allotment on my dad's name for about 4 years. Although my dad paid the allotment fees and it was in his name, I was sort of joint on the rent book. But the allotment committees can tend to be a little bit funny about that. They don't like to pass on allotments between father and son. I might actually have to go on the list myself for my own allotment and wait in the queue while this one gets taken off us. But hopefully that'll not happen. The chairman's already sort of said, you know, you've been on the books with your dad for 4 years, so it should be okay. But we'll see what happens when I come to pay the dues in sort of February time. But let's say we're going to keep it on for as long as we can. Got a lot of plans for the allotment this year, because obviously I haven't got the stress of looking after my parents, so we've got a bit more time to dedicate to it. Get the raised beds in, finished properly, a lot more of them, get the fences done, hopefully by showing, you know, that I'm doing a bit with the fences and tidying up. The allotment committee might fair on my side a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, it was just a bit of a catch up, end of the year sort of rundown. Year's nearly out now, so we've done a lot. We've got raised beds in all the way around, although I haven't got as many as I wanted. Successes of the year, probably probably new things really that I've tried. The Yacon is done really well compared to I thought it would. In fact, I've got probably about 50 or 60 crowns to plant from it next year. So that'll go well. I'm going to put that in buckets, so big potato buckets, and see how it does in them. Grapevine, first lot of grapes this year, although it was only one tiny bunch, but yeah, that's coming on well. So hopefully that'll do well next year. Chinese artichokes, fantastic crop of them, got hundreds of them. In fact, I think I'm going to have to dig them out and actually clear the ground, because they were just what was left in from last year, and there's like thousands in there again. So I might, if I have to get rid of them, I'm going to have to get rid of the soil, I think. But I might run them for another season, because they're quite nice. What else has gone well? Strawberries, whole new beds of strawberries this year. They've done okay. Next year is going to be their year. And the fruit cage, the raspberries and stuff, have been absolutely fantastic. Couldn't keep on top of cropping the raspberries and stuff. But I've cut them right back to the ground this year, so that'll hopefully they'll regrow and I'll get a good crop. What hasn't gone well? Christmas potatoes, that was a failure. What else? Not a lot really. I think I probably would have done okay with everything if I had been here a little bit more often. Tomatoes I was a bit disappointed with, because to be honest they were just left. They were put in and I couldn't get down to water them. They got totally overgrown when I stripped them back. I got quite a good harvest, stripped them back again, and they were just left again. So they were just left to run wild. They were never watered, so it was a pretty poor crop. But so next year we should be down a little bit more often, so we should get better crops. I'm only going to put tomatoes in the other greenhouse. I'm not putting in this one. I'm just going to put cucumbers and peppers in this shed because it's a little bit cooler. But I'm going to try some tomatoes outside next year. I had one which was just a spare plant, and I stuck it out, and it actually got a few tomatoes. I always thought it was too cold in the northeast for to grow tomatoes outside, but I'm thinking about getting a couple of bush varieties just to put in the ends of a couple of the beds. I don't know what new things I'm going to try this year. I'm going to continue with the Yacon and stuff. Ullico, I'm not doing next year. What else have I got? Yeah, I'm going to try a few onions. I seem to grow onions every other year and get good crops. But then I don't do anything with them. They rot off in the shed. Maybe the shed's too damp, but this year I'm going to probably dry them in the greenhouse and hang them in the greenhouse. But we'll see. I only try to grow things that are quite expensive in the shops. Potatoes are a dead easy crop, so I always grow a couple of buckets of potatoes because I like sort of new potatoes. But onions, I can live them or do without them. They're cheap enough in the shops. I know people will say they taste different and stuff like that, but really. So I try to grow things that are quite expensive, like soft fruits and stuff like that. Carrots and beetroots. Beetroots I've done okay with this year. Carrots, I can never seem to get carrots to grow. I had a few little ones this year, but maybe I'll have another go at some carrots. Okay guys, my kettle's boiled now for me hot water to wash me cups and my pan for my bacon sandwich, so I'll be doing that and I'll head off home, and then I'll try and work out how to edit this video from the new camera. Never done it before. I've always sort of used my phone, so I'll have a bit play about with some video editing, and hopefully if it works you might see this video. But I'd like to thank everybody for liking and subscribing, and wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know Christmas is gone, but Happy New Year. All the best. Cheers. See you next year.